Chapter 18, Retribution. The time has come for the final offense, yet many doubts still swarm one of the heroines. What will become of those who fought so far? Will they be forgotten or go down in history? Ugh, where am I? Girls, Pain, where are you? Firefly was lying on the ground in a puddle of blood. Her own blood. The attack was a failure. All hopes had been crushed. Griff's managed to hold off against the Pony's final strike. Every surrounding mountain was littered with their bodies. Firefly tried to get up, but hissed in pain. Her rear legs were broken. Rolling onto her back, she tried to contact somebody from her unit. No one had answered the call, then heard a voice. You fought to learn, but not red enough. The image of a black-feathered griffin soldier appeared before her. He spoke again. Your luck has run out. It is foolish of you to bring others to aid you. You have only endangered them. They were like did know. Soon you will join them. No, you lie! Do I? Blackstar asked mockingly. He came closer, standing above Firefly, staring into her eyes. You should thank me. Now you get to see your parents again. Firefly tried to stand up, but Blackstar suddenly pinned her down by violently stopping her wings. The force of the impact crushed her bones. Firefly screamed in unimaginable pain. Her eyes rolled deep inside her skull. Blackstar grabbed her by the throat and started to choke her. Now, she doesn't die in this, nor does this all happen right now in reality. Okay. I understand. Okay, I just want to let you guys know, because y'all looked worried. Do not resist. It's over. His grim voice echoed in Firefly's ears. She tried to release the grip, but it was no use. She was too exhausted. In a desperate measure, the Pink Pegasus tried to punch her tormentor, but he pinned her arm with the other claw. Blackstar tightened the grip, slowly strangling the life out of Firefly. So dark, so cold. Help! I can't breathe! No! Mom! Dad! No! May 11th, 2019. 09:2300 hours. Caroline. Mirage Squad through space. Firefly suddenly opened her eyes with a loud scream. It sprung up from her bed. Cold sweat was dripping from her face. Breathing rapidly, she tried to get a grasp on her surroundings. Realizing she was inside the base, prepared for her team long ago, she groaned loudly and fell back on her pillow. It was just a dream, but it seemed so real, she said to herself, running her hoof across the neck as if to make sure she was still alive. What's happening to me? Ugh. My head. I think I overdid it a little during last training. Yesterday, Firefly decided to recall all maneuvers she taught her wing mares in the past few months, thinking they may come in useful in the upcoming decisive battle. The exercise continued until sunset. Everybody was pleased when they heard Firefly's order to return to their quarters. The Pink Pegasus didn't make it to her room, though. She trained so hard she collapsed from exhaustion. Honey Bullet mentally carried her to bed where she could rest. Firefly looked around. She sensed the nice smell and noticed one of Drippy's muffins lying next to her bed. Did he leave it for me? Huh, that's nice of him, Firefly thought. Harry's stomach crumbling quietly. She took the muffin and ate it in a few quick bites. She felt a lot better. Further observation allowed Firefly to notice that no pony from her team was in the room. Oh, seems like every pony's already up. I wonder what they're doing. Getting off her bed, Firefly started to walk outside the base, passing by Mission Control. She was still a bit dazed from that nightmare. The last few days were crucial for the ponies. Despite the groundbreaking victory in the capital and consequent liberation of other major cities, the war continued. Any major counterattack by the Griffins was highly unlikely, but ruffian bands scattered around Equestria still roamed free. The princesses decided to give Mirage Squadron a well-earned rest, and called the other Pegasus squadrons as well as the Wonderbolts to clear the areas of enemy presence. More importantly, every pony was already informed and knew about Red Cyclone's new base, Fortress Intimidation. A general incentive in an attempt to topple his rule and bring the conflict to a close was obvious, but many ponies didn't feel like taking a part in any more fighting. All they wanted was simply to return to their homes and remain with their families. But things weren't that easy. If everything was to be successful, the Pegasus had to make a relocation back to Cloudsdale. It had already begun the day before yesterday. What the Pegasus saw on their way from Camelot was appalling. The majority of the landscape was covered in ashes and burnt ground. Many trees were gone, fields consumed by fire. The fate of numerous animals remained unknown. Griffin scorching, as told by Eds. It was a truly disheartening sight. Several flyers, such as Sunburst's Phoenix Squadron, were eager to make the Griffins pay for their atrocities. Yet Princess Celestia Luna reminded them of who the real enemy is. But at this moment, Firefly's mind was overflowing with her own worries and thoughts. What could her nightmare mean? What kind of action should she choose next? Having heard a cheer, Firefly moved to an outside area and noticed her wingmares playing a game called Dodge Bomb. It would have been best described as trying to hit a pony with a gumball until they were one last one standing. Derpy, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash were already outside the playing field. Wondering if Firefly was still asleep due to the intense training. Medley tried to hit Cloudkicker while chasing her around. Lightning Bolt was on the side reading a book. This sight surprised Firefly greatly. Lightning was usually followed with her nose to the computer screen, so this could have been a little unusual. The Pegasus didn't seem to have noticed the pink mare. He just carried on the game while Firefly watched everything for the quarter. He truly cared for her. "Come on, Medley, hit me with your best shot," Cloudkicker cried from behind. "You're better than." The green Pegasus made a quick turnaround, and before Cloudkicker could react, the pink gumball smacked her in the face. Medley danced in the air, overjoyed. "Yeah, you won! Did you see that, Rainbow Dash?" "Nice job, kid. Your reflexes are improving," Rainbow praised her. Cloudkicker wasn't as pleased. "That was just a fluke. I demand a rematch," she exclaimed. "Try to be a good sport, Cloudkicker. Medley was simply faster than you," Lightning Bolt suddenly spoke. Firefly used this break in the game to get their attention. "Seems like you girls are having fun." Rainbow and the others almost instantaneously spun their heads in the opposite direction. Firefly laughed at their expressions, telling them to go at ease. She reminded her friends it was only a matter of time before the final offense at Griffiths would take place. Well, they told her they could use a little break after the intense training they had yesterday. Firefly remembered about Fluttershy. "So, Butterfly, how you feeling?" "Oh, much better," Fluttershy said. "I still have a bruise or two on my stomach, but it's nothing. But I wonder how much longer we wait for the official orders. Wonderbolts were supposed to let us know once they come up with a strategy." Just then, the signal used for receiving messages in Mission Control suddenly blared. "You were saying?" Firefly asked. "Let's go!" When they got before the Law's monitor presenting a digitized map of Equestria and its borders, Gale's voice was heard. "Morale Squadron, we have a situation. Griffiths, especially those fiercely loyal to Red Cyclone, still continue to resist, and have no chances on surrendering. I've recently acquired reports that several ruffians are establishing a resupply base in Dragon Ridge Mountains. Another group is preparing a retaliatory strike on Hoofington. Seems like our enemy is on the move." "And you want us to take care of them?" Firefly guessed. "No, there's no time. I've already dispatched Phoenix, Sleeper, Lancer, and Dragon Squadrons to deal with them. You must concern yourself with leading the attack on Griffiths. We cannot waste any more time. Therefore, you'll have to leave Camelot and immediately head for the border. It falls on your shoulders again to lead the key operation. Other Pegasus squadrons will join you as soon as they are all done with the ruffians." Realizing that this could be their most important mission in this conflict, the Pegasus braced themselves. Medley and Derpy seemed a little tense, though. "So, what are your orders?" Rainbow asked. "Your mission is to race the Griffin capital of Griffiths, destroy the Fortress of Intimidation, and put an end to the war. The place is heavily fortified, so you'll need to take care of potential defenders, as well as the anti-air turrets placed around. There will also be several radar jammers. Be prepared for a radar interference. Our research indicates that Fortress Intimidation is similar in construction to the Burning Talon. However, it is much larger, and its armor cannot be penetrated even with the Sonic Rainbow." Hearing that, Rainbow sighed in disappointment. Others looked at each other, uncertain what they should do. But Gale hadn't finished. He presented them with a cross-section of the fortress. "The only way to destroy this fortress is to fly into the tunnels leading inside. This is where 3 generators with the power of defensive weapons are. You'll have to destroy the 3 generators, then go for the main core. This collapse should cause a chain reaction that will cause the destruction of the base. Dismissal will be considered a success if you render the fortress unusable. Defeat Red Cyclone and return alive. All 7 of you. Everything else is unacceptable. Contact me as soon as you reach the border. That's all. Dismiss. Rainbow Dash, Firefly, Lightning Bolt, Cloud Kicker, Medley, Fluttershy, and Derpy all looked at each other. So once again, it was up to them to lead the advance against their enemies. This could have been a decisive blow, one that would already bring this war to an end. Well, it's come down to this, everybody, Firefly proclaimed. We'll be leaving in 10 minutes. Hope you're all as fit as a fiddle. While they all seemed eager to fly into action, Lightning Bolt peeked into her bulk again. Cloud Kicker noticed it. Hey, Lightning, what's he reading there anyway? The White Pegasus showed the book's cover. Others came closer to examine it. It didn't look like a large tome, more like a novel. The most distinguishable thing on its front was a picture of 4 adult Pegasi ponies in flight. 3 males and 1 female. One of them, a tall male Pegasus on the front, wore sunglasses. Though each of them had a different color of mane and coat, there was one thing they all had. They were all wearing black vests with some red outlines. Medley caught a glimpse of the book's title. Unsudden War. I didn't know you liked those type of stories, Lightning. This book was just recently published in Equestria. It was initially written outside its borders, Lightning Bolt explained. Twilight was the first to get it, naturally, so he figured I should read it, because he says there's a lot of things common with the heroes of this book. Rainbow remembered that it was thanks to Twilight he discovered that reading is not as uncool as she initially thought. Even though she was more about adventure books, featuring the most famous daring do, this sounded interesting as well. What's it about? She asked. Lightning Bolt used this little time they had left before the sortie to tell them. In a nutshell, about the events written down in the book. It was the story of a long, grueling war that happened between 2 countries to the west of Equestria. The main protagonist consists of just one of many squadrons that attacked the country had, and they started as a bunch of nuggets, or rookies, but their feats during the conflict earned them the titles of heroes. Yeah, I can see the resemblance. We relate to them, Medley spoke. Then Lightning told him about the darker part of the story, where the similarities ended. When one of the heroes was killed in a surprise attack, orchestrated by the enemy, his companions were distraught, but it somehow gave him the strength to overcome their remaining foes. Retaliation, the enemy prepared a clever trap, and made its look as one of their missions. The heroes attacked a friendly squadron. They were branded traitors and had to feign their own deaths to escape punishment. One of their friends knew they were innocent and helped them. After a short period of time, the Pegasi returned, now reinforced with a new flyer. They are all 4 again, and they're wearing their black vests, you see. Pegasi looked to the cover again. Must have been some reason behind this choice of colors. Or maybe it could have done some sort of symbolism. Lightning carried on. With newly found resolve and desire to bring the war to an end, as well as punish those who attract them, the Pegasi became a force to be reckoned with. They were unstoppable. A true bane of the enemy forces. Many called them the ghosts of Razgits. Razrot? Medley asked. According to the legend describing the book, Razgrids is a demon from the north, who awakens when history undergoes a great change, Lightning Bolt explained. He uses his power to rain destruction and death upon the world, and then it dies. Then after a period of time, when another conflict erupts, Razgrids returns, but this time it's a great hero. Just like this Pegasi, Fluttershy figured. Right, but there's one thing that bothers me, the White Pegasus confessed. At the end of the story, it's said that the heroes disappeared. The reason for that is unknown. They just left without leaving any traces of their presence, like real ghosts. All flyers thought about this for a while. Derby came to the conclusion they wished to live simple lives. They didn't want to be involved with warfare anymore. Even it meant for them to disappear from the history, and their feats to be exalted as myths and legends. Perhaps that's why the book is called The Unsung War, the Grey Mare figured. Hey, do you think that when the war will end, that it'll be forgotten too? That it'll be normal average Pegasi again? Unless you want a whole flock of journalists following you wherever you go, it's fine by me, Lightning Bolt remarked. For some reason I don't think we'll end up like them. Yeah, the princess has already said they were grateful to us, and everybody knows about the elements of harmony. So maybe they'll remember us as well, Cloud Kicker added. We may not be the ghosts of Razgrids, but we did manage to pull some amazing stunts, Rainbow Dash reminded them. Oh god, please no, not a club show! Things are gonna be just fine. Firefly wasn't taking an active part in the discussion. She thought about the meaning of the story. It wasn't so important for her. Rainbow Dash saw her uneasy expression. Hey, you okay, Firefly? You look pale. You must be seeing things. Come on, every pony. Let's get ready to sortie. She replied briskly. But as the Pegasus were about to fly out, Firefly rubbed her eyes, accidentally catching Medley's attention. What's wrong, Firefly? You're so sleepy? No, it's not that. I just... Oh, hey, who am I kidding? Firefly suddenly yelled, causing the others to look at her with surprised expressions. She couldn't keep it before them any longer. The pink mare turned around and looked at her companions. They saw Firefly's anguished face. It was the face of a pony who was tormented by some arid demons. Girls, she started, I want to tell you something. I know I should have done it earlier. This might be the only chance I have left. I'm sorry. Come again? Derby asked, confused. I said I'm sorry! Firefly reiterated, raising the volume of her voice. I know I've treated you unfairly at times, and I've been cold towards you, acting like a jerk. I feel so ashamed. Other ponies exchanged glances. They didn't know why Firefly was acting like this. Cloudkicker said that for whatever reason she was treating them that way, it didn't matter for them. They'd already forgiven her. The blue-maned flyer grazed under Pegasus. You girls are my best friends. Probably the only ponies I could trust, and a great wing mares to boot. It's been an honor to fly by your side, but I'm afraid this is where we part ways. I've reached the end of the road. I can no longer lead you. But what? What are you saying? That's not like you. You're a leader. We need you. Firefly rose to her right hook to calm down. She said, Please, listen. I thought about it, and I figured the only way I could face Black Star is to do it alone. And I mean it in every possible way. I first met him when I was completely alone. A fight like that, as a lone pony. I must face him as Firefly. Not as the leader of the Mirage Squadron. I hope you'll all understand. That's why, Rainbow Dash. Blue Pegasus came closer. Firefly put her hose on Rainbow's shoulders and grinned. From now on, you are the new leader of Mirage Squadron. My heart is set. I know I can trust you. Besides, you're better material for a heroine than me. Please don't say no. Rainbow was more surprised at hearing that. Though she tried to oppose the decision, Firefly's will remained unflinching. She took her pink vest off and laid it on the floor. Meant she really was going to leave. Firefly headed to the outside. She was just about to spread her wings. It looked like she was about to fly away. My time has come. Right! You can't do this! Firefly stopped. Others turned their sights to Medley, seeing the young Pegasus staring at their former leader with disbelief. She looked like she was about to cry. So that's it? Medley's voice was unusually high-pitched. After all we've been through, after all these battles, all these moments we shared, now you want to abandon us? No, don't you dare leave us. That's not right. The green Pegasus sinking her head in denial. Calm yourself down, kid, Rainbow scolded her. No need for hysterics. Firefly says never says you abandoned us, right? The pink Pegasus sighed loudly and looked at her friends again. To tell the truth, I was initially planning on leaving without telling you, but I came to the conclusion it wouldn't be the right thing. No pony should be turning their back on their friends, and I haven't been earning your trust this whole time just so I could trample it under my hoofs. Now, I'm not that kind of mare. Lightning Bolt asked for the real reason. Firefly simply smiled and said, When I will get to Griffin's, I'll fight Black Star. I don't know what the outcome will be, but I'm determined to fulfill the promise I gave my parents. So, you'll find him and kill him? Derby asked. I don't know. He deserves to die, and maybe that's what he wants, but I'm not really sure. I can't promise you that I won't kill him, though. Firefly sounded like she was bowing desire to eliminate the one who killed her parents, what she used to consider a heartless being. Derby came closer and looked at Firefly's eyes. We have faith in you, Firefly. Just be careful. Don't let the anger overwhelm you. Defeat Black Star, but don't kill him. Doing so won't solve your problems. Only make them worse. The pig mare suddenly chuckled. What? Did I do something funny? No, but it sounds like some pony who told me those words before. Rainbow decided to give her companion a decisive statement. She came closer. Listen, Firefly. Even if you made up your mind, I got something to tell you as well. You may not consider yourself to be our leader anymore, but in our hearts you still are. Yeah. Remember, you put your trust in us all, said Lightning Bolt. You taught us to value teamwork, Clockwork added. Thanks to you, we managed to survive until now, Firefly added with gratitude.
And thanks to you, we become a great team.
Derpy concluded. Firefly looked at the Pegasi, who were praising her for her accomplishments. She tried to say she didn't deserve any of these approvals, but all the world seemed to be loaded at her throat. Medley approached her. It's a good thing you're being sincere with us now, but hey, even if you hadn't told us anything, we don't have followed you anyway. You won't get the right of us that easy, she giggled. Rainbow Dash stuck her hoof out with a big grin.
So what you see, Firefly? Friends till the end?
Lightning Bolt, Cloud Kicker, Derpy, Fluttershy, and Medley all put their hooves close to Rainbow's, signifying a unity. They had turned their sights on the pink pony. Firefly looked at this act of friendship and let out another loud sigh. What am I going to do with you? You're a bunch of stubborn mules. No offense! Don't take it. Look who's talking, Cloud Kicker remarked. All 7 ponies burst into laughter. Firefly got closer. Fine. Looks like I'm going to have to bear your presence a little longer. She put her hoof on Rainbow's. The blue Pegasus acquitted with a nod. She was feeling at home. Alright then.
Here's my first order as the new leader of Mirage Squadron. We're going to Griffiths to end this war. Take Red Cyclone down! You're all with me!
Other Pegasi reacted positively, and soon all 7 took off into the blue skies, setting off their course towards the border. They expected to get there rather fast. As they were leaving Carolot, they saw the streets filled with ponies jumping for joy, waving at them, raising a few banners. One of them, being held by a few fillies, had large invisible words written on it. Good luck, Angels of Equestria! While others were saying Mirage Squadron rules, with blinking letters, possibly an effect of magic. All ponies were cheering and chanting Angels or Mirage as the flyers passed them by. This display of trust encouraged them. They could hear the loud cheers even as they passed over the gates of Carolot. Did you hear those cheers? Don't tell me you didn't, Cloudkicker said, excited.
Well, that's another reason for us to make sure to miss his success, Rainbow Dash said aloud. Maintain current course. We should reach the border in 1100 hours.
4,500 hours. Equestrian airspace. There was still a hard road ahead of them. Flying through the horribly scorched grounds of the homeland all the way until the border became a hard experience for them, especially for Fluttershy. See so much destruction unfold before her eyes was depressing for the yellow Pegasus. She couldn't comprehend how anyone could have ordered such a barbaric onslaught.
Rainbow, what if Ponyfield was... Oh no, my friends!
She had to turn left and fly in Tail's direction, but Rainbow Dash stopped her.
No, Fluttershy, stay in formation. I know it's hard for you, but we can't go to Ponyfield just yet. Besides, I'm sure your animal friends are fine. They managed to survive all this time, so wait to bet they're all alive and well. Focus on your mind and on the mission ahead.
Please let Angel die. Please let Angel die. Please let Angel be dead. Oh, please, please, please.
A letter.
You cannot kill me, for I am like Devilman, never ending.
Frick!
Fluttershy was hovering in the air for a while, but ultimately lowered her head and returned back to formation, flying beside Rainbow. Other Pegasi were shocked as well. There used to be a forest nearby, Cloudkicker remembered. Now all the trees are gone. This is horrible. I just hope both the animals were able to escape to safety, Medley said with a sad voice.
What if the whole Equestria looks like this?
Derpy wondered.
Unbelievable. Red Cyclone, that fiend. All this happened because of his orders, Lightning Bolt exclaimed. He won't get away with this.
As they were coming closer to the border, Medley suddenly thought about something. Since Carolot was liberated, she hadn't seen any of the foreign Pegasi flyers. Hey, Mirage 1, did you receive anyone from the Gorilla team at Sky High? Are they coming with us?
You can still call me Rainbow Kid. Sounds better,
Dash replied before answering a question.
Now you brought this up. I haven't received any word from them in the past few days. They might have returned back to their countries, and who can blame them? These guys have already saved our flights a couple of times, so I have to make sure their assistance would not end up meaningless.
Uh-oh. You know what that means? We are nearing the final battle. The support characters are going away! Firefly imagined their faces. As a fact, it became major support for the squadron, and yet, if they would have gone back to their respective countries, they respected that decision. The Pink Mare wasn't asked to talking any activity and conversations between the team anyway. Blackstar was all she could think about now. What was the real reason behind his involvement in this war? Could it have something to do with her?
Rainbow's voice was interrupted by Firefly's thoughts. We're posting the border. Any sign of additional units, Thunder? Negative, Lightning Bolt responded at first. No hero units inbound, but detecting several forces on the ground just ahead. Truth be told, a group of about 120, 150 maybe Earth ponies and unicorns were waiting by the border. Clockmaker recognized the banner that stood out in front. It was the same one that Twilight Sparkle held during the retaking of the capital. You know, all this war stuff is making me wonder if there's a really good pony-fied Gundam fic out there. The same symbol that the Royal Sisters projected before the ponies to boost their spirits. Saying this, the Broad Squadron decided descending to a lower altitude was made with more cheers. Rainbow Dash approached the group. Twilight, Rarity, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie went to greet the squadron. Took you long enough, Rainbow. We've been waiting here for the last 2 hours for you to come, Applejack said. What are you doing here? The Pegasus wondered. We had to help you as ground protocols, Rarity replied. There was certainly a positive declaration, but Rainbow also knew that if the mission was to be successful, they needed air support. Still, there was no other squadrons in the vicinity. Well, worst case scenario, we may not be going after Griffiths alone, Firefly said. I'm kind of thrilled, but our chances of winning would be slim, even with ground support. But it wasn't a good perspective. Every party was aware of potential threats, but they still had no information about Fortress intimidation or its defensive capabilities. The anti-air turrets that filled the area were already a lot, but it could have been more. While he was thinking of all the possibilities, Rainbow couldn't come up with any option other than a direct assault. The Griffiths were loyal to Red Cyclone, and judging from the last reports, the numbers were quite significant, would pose a serious threat to the ponies. It was really starting to seem like an impossible mission. Knowing that time was of the essence, Rainbow decided to contact Gale. Gale, this is Mirage Wood. We've reached the border. Rainbow Dash? Gale sounded surprised at first, but he seemed to have quickly understood something moments later. Oh, so you're squad leader now. Yeah, but that has no effect on our mission. We're ready to go. The Wonderbolt operator told him to stay and wait patiently. When asked why, he explained, it's highly likely this will be your final mission. We need heroes after the war, too. That's why your squadron can't go there alone. That would be suicide. Just wait. I think that... Rainbow! Lightning Bolt exclaimed suddenly. I've got several contacts on my radar. They're posing for the east and west, and they have friendly IDs. Hey! A loud teenage voice sounded the communications from the Pegasus inside the Mirage Squadron. There was a group of flyers approaching from the rendezvous point. Hey, Mirage! It's nice to see you waiting for us before starting the party! Quick Chaser excited. This is Sleeper 1. My team is ready to assist you. Don't try to get hold of Quick Chaser, Thunderflicker said with a swaggering voice. Lancer 1's here. We're here to help too. The Pegasus were glad to see their friends arrive just in time. Quick Chaser and Thunderflicker were in good humor and started talking about having a bet. Let's see who would destroy the most anti-air turrets, jammers, or any other devices that would prevent the ponies from advancing. How about it, Lancer 1? The loser gets to buy drinks for the winners. Quick Chaser Fizz explained the rules. You know I always like a challenge. You're on, the Amber Pegasus replied. I suggest you two focus on getting to the Griffin capital alive first. A more mature male voice sounded. Sunburst! Derby recognized the voice on her, mustard choice. You're here! Yes, and it seems we're just in time. The Figure Squadron will provide support again during this mission. Mirage! The other Pegasus ordered. Within a few minutes, 3 more contacts were picked up by Lightning Bolt. These were coming from the direction of the Dragon Ridge Mountains, which were named after being a key place for a dragon migration in ages past. Now the place was mostly abandoned, but it was a perfect location for a base. Another familiar voice greeted the heroines. Are there any free spots for us? You don't want to miss this raid. Dragon Squadron is here to back you up, gals. Firestar! Firestar said, sounded really glad. Hey there, Butterfly. How you feeling after that beatdown? The Green Pegasus came closer and patted Firestar in the back. Oh, I'm much better now, thank you, she replied. In a span of 5 minutes, the Rod Squadron now had a backup of 4 additional squadrons, each consisting of 3 or 4 flyers. But Gale knows that not all forces were present. Lightning reported that more contacts were coming from the south. From Carolot. Hey, don't you start with us! A youthful energetic voice echoed throughout every communicator. It was Tornado Swirl. Overdrive was flying next to him. Their sight was rejoicing, mainly because each had 3 new members with them, so their squadrons. Burner and Racer were strengthened. The Pegasi forces now amassed over 30 units. Firefly noticed that these numbers had a good chance of getting to the Griffins. But, just then, 4 new contacts were picked up by Lightning Bolt, so he seemed puzzled this time. Strange? The radar confirms the IDs are friendly, but I got no data about them.
No wonder. My squadron was formed just yesterday. This is Falcon 1. We're here to back you up as well, Marauders.
That voice! Thunderling? Rainbow Dash exclaimed.
The dark gray Pegasus with amber eyes looked like an unexpected visitor for her. Oh, you still remember me, Rainbow Dash? Thunderling's voice sounded again. I've rounded up some of our friends to join me. Flitter, Cloud Chaser, Blossoforth will help out too.
When they approached the gathered Pegasi, they could see the newly formed squadron. Flitter and Cloud Chaser were twins, with the former being distinguished from the latter by a pink ribbon. Both of them had a bright violet coat. Blossoforth was a white Pegasus with blue eyes, wore a mane in 2 colors, pink and green. All 4 rode both fast in Falcon's image.
Where the heck have you been till now?
Rainbow Dash exclaimed.
Been there, done that. It's not like it didn't fight, Thunderlady explained. I actually saved Flitter and Cloud Chaser from being killed. In return, they wanted to join my newly formed squadron.
Are you kidding?
Flitter asked.
Cloud Chaser and I were doing fine on our own.
That's not how I remember it, Thunderlady remarked.
You just love to exaggerate about your bravery, don't you, Falcon 1? A voice of a young adult mare was heard. Thunderlady looked behind him. Italy noticed a team of 5 Pegasi approaching their persistence.
There you are, Rainbow Shine.
There you are, Rainbow Shine, Craig commented. Always late for a party.
Just be glad we made it, Mirage Flight. This is Rainbow Sign, call sign Sorcerer 1. We're providing you with various support. Good to be flying with you.
It was a mare of an indigo coat, sparring a pink mane and eyes, her cutie mark being a 3-colored rainbow. The ponies on the grounds were seen to be relieved to see so many Pegasi above them. It was safe to say that Rainbow Dash wasn't expecting a large backup. Having a moment, she got herself acquainted with the 2 new squadrons quickly, before she turned to the direction of the mountains, extending beyond her horizon, declaring,
"With this kind of support, there's no way we could lose. Come on, everybody, let's... Hold on. You're going on with Alice?"
Rainbow stopped dead in place when she heard that voice. All Pegasi turned around, and the soldiers on the ground looked up to see 3 more Pegasi approaching. They were wearing characteristic blue costumes.
"Spitfire! The Wonderbolts!"
the blue Pegasus exclaimed, and her jaw dropped. When the 3 Pegasi came closer, Sword chuckled.
Wasn't that look, Rainbow Dash? Did you really thought we would miss this kind of assignment? Not a chance in the world.
We would have been here faster if you weren't gobbling the apple pie up for so long, sir.
Firebolt said with a smile snarl.
Firebolt, that's Soren for you. You know he never passed by one of those goodies,
Spitfire chuckily said before approaching Rainbow Dash.
So Dash, you got promoted, in a sense. Looking forward to seeing some daring flying.
Rainbow didn't say a word, simply nodded. So much assistance, so much support. She felt like a great load was dropped off her mind. When the Wonderbolts aiding the squadrons and their friends as the ground support, she felt ready for anything. Rainbow was just about to begin leading the fight, but Lightning Bolt's radar picked up a few more signals.
There's 3 more contacts coming here, and they're fast, very fast. Oh, come on! Come on, let's get moving!
Could it be? Pegasi turned their sights to the east to witness 3 male Pegasi dispersing nearby clouds as they were heading towards the assembled pony units. Cloudkicker and Medley recognized their superior agility.
Talisman! Sandrock! Mobius is here too!
They exclaimed in excitement. Those are the 3 aces soaring through the skies. Lane couldn't help but ask,
"Hey, Lester 1, is that the famous Garuda team I've been hearing about recently?"
He asked Thunder Flicker.
Yes, them, alright. Those guys aren't weapon boys. You can learn a thing or two from them, Falcon 1,
replied laughing.
Looks like the gang's all here.
No, over there! It's Rick Hunter and Roy Fokker, and over there is Admiral Ray!
Is there anybody else we need to bring into this team?
When the Pegasi outreached the Mirage Squadron, Rainbow went ahead to speak with them.
Talisman, Shamrock, what are you guys doing here?
What's it look like to you? We came to help you.
But you've already done a lot for us,
Forsyth said simply. Shamrock looked at her green eyes and smiled.
Do you remember what I said back at Canterlot? An angel doesn't turn his wings.
Until after his last dance,
Firefly finished. So you all understood what Shamrock meant back then. He was ready to fight and end this horrible war. The talisman supported him fully, until they were ready. Rainbow then turned her sight to Mobius. He stared deeply into her eyes, but Rainbow felt no pressure at all. It was different than when she saw him for the first time, over Glidesdale Plains. He saved her and her friends, or when he aided her at burning town in Stalingrad. He seemed really friendly now, too.
Mobius, you gonna help us too?
She asked. He confirmed it with a nod, a dim smile on Pierre's face. He will come to you anyway. There's a reason for that.
An old adversary's waiting for him. A Griffith soldier named Echo. He has some unfinished business left to take care of, since the days we were fighting in Ursay. See, so it's gonna be personal, huh?
Rainbow asked.
You know, a friend of mine can relate to that.
She added, glancing at Firefly, who was overhearing all the conversations. For some reason, unknown to only to herself, the pink Pegasus lighting up a bit. 11:30 hours. Equestrian airspace. Griffin Kingdom border. After summing up all available forces, there were 6 major ground divisions, 4 of which led by the ponies representing the elements of harmony. Toy Sparkle, Applejack, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie were all eager to go. The Pegasus had a total of 10 squadrons, with the Garuda team, Mobius, and Wonderbolts accounted as well. Over 50 flyers were ready for aerial skirmishes. Gil was overseeing the summing, and was more than pleased to see so many fine Pegasi together. Phalanx also contacted them briefly, saying that Princess Celestia and Luna gave them their blessing, advising everybody to fight with courage, determination, and hope. Spitfire was officially charged of the aerial operations, while Tully Sparkle had to lead the ground forces. Rainbow Dash looked at each other and every Pegasus. Gil asked all teams to verify their readiness. The leaders responded one by one. Sweeper Squadron, ready to go! Lancer Squadron, ready! Phoenix Squadron, all set! Dragon Squadron, ready at any time! Burner Squadron, preparing in! Racer Squadron, ready to go! Falcon Squadron, ready to fly! Sorcerer Squadron, ready to loud cure! Crew team, ready for battle! Thunderbolt, standing by! Mobius 1, standing by! Red Mirage Squadron, we're ready to go! All Allied forces at the border. Begin your approach toward the enemy base, Gale ordered. I'll be monitoring your progress and provide you with necessary... Wait, hold on. I received your transmission for Griffiths. The unexpected statement of all caused all parties to stop advancing. What could this mean? Gale passed the message through, and everybody heard a rough voice. You know, I just realized what this all means. I better save before the game turns out on me. Save. So you pathetic little ponies find you decided to move your rumps, I see. How amusing. This is Red Cyclone, Supreme Commander of the Griffin Army. You'd be wise to stay where you are, unless you wish to be fed food and lead. As soon as you come across the borders, your fates will be sealed. You cannot win this war, but you're foolish enough to try. You'll have to seek out my fortress intimidation. I and all my soldiers are waiting for you right here, in the Valley of Kings. Try your best, but your end will come. The message ended with wicked laughter. When the Pegasus ponies didn't allow those threats to stop them, those on the ground continued marching on, while the Pegasi flew forward, straight into the narrow canyons that looked like an ominous passage between 2 countries. Any remaining green fields and plains of Equestria soon vanished. There were only rocks, dirt, and many unknown dangers awaiting for the ponies. Some still wondered why Red Cyclone was sounding so confident. Could he be hiding some kind of ace in the hole? Or was that another petty attempt at trying to scare the ponies? It didn't really matter to them. Mirage Squadron led the flight into the Griffin Kingdom. After several minutes of research and analyses, Gil, together with Sky Eye, managed to locate the reason Red Cyclone mentioned. The march was then resumed. On the way, both Twilight's forces and Pegasi squadrons were ambushed several times by hidden air turrets located in the walls of canyons. But they cooperated and managed to destroy them. None of the flyers died. Only a few soldiers were injured. Finally, as the sun reached its peak, they had softened for the distance. The Valley of Kings. It was there that the final battle would take place. Rainbow Dash and her companions were aware of the great responsibility before them. They were ready to meet whatever challenge that waited for them head-on. Though Firefly had her mind focused on Black Star more, she had no intention of abandoning the team. Neither now or ever.